Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for your feedback. I can't wait to check your feedback on 0111980384. Keep on giving us your feedback here at Science TV. My sign language interpreter in this last section of this show today about diagnosing relationships is Gideon Minor. And my name is JONAH SIMBA, just in case you did not know my name. Yeah, I'm talking about our ladies, our women. In relationships, you need a healthy man and a healthy woman. We are in a world where probably the woman is looked at as a weaker sex. That seems to be changing. So normally what happens is that our women, our girls, are covered so much. There is a lot of covering of our women and our girls in home settings. So what happens is that whenever the girl grows, she has been babied. She has been covered so much. She doesn't understand independence away from the mother. She doesn't understand independence away from probably her elders. So when she is ripe for a relationship, we are finding a lady who will keep running back, looking for a solid person, a solid place to touch. It is a need that can be healthy to some extent, but many times it can spoil a relationship. Why? When you create a relationship as a woman, independent relationship with a man, that is your relationship. It is not your mother's relationship. Neither is it your elder brother or elder sisters or uncles or dad's relationship. So you feel obliged to explain everything about your relationship. You feel obliged. Men keep details, but women are full of detail. They move with detail. To some extent, that works to their disadvantage. Why? Because you give every detail of your relationship. You make your relationship very vulnerable. You keep every detail of your relationship out there, probably to somebody that you feel you trust. It is healthy to some extent, but many times you find that you need that other person for you to be supported. And that is why whenever you go for a certain time, you want to run away, you want to go back to that solid base, You need to hold on to who you are. Understand that you are well able. In your imperfection, you are perfect. Remember what I said about weak words. Learn how to be strong, to use strong words about you. How do you market yourself to your man? Do you carry yourself around like the responsible woman that you need to be? You need to understand a few things about you. You need to move to know that yes, the world is full of pressure, but you don't need to have that pressure break you up. They say, and this is a bit challenging for me to explain, but a woman, everything seems to be connected to everything. I stand corrected because I'm speaking from the perspective of a man. Everything seems to be connected to everything. You want to connect your work to your home. You want to connect your home to your friends, to your hobbies. Everything seems to be connected. It seems to be healthy to some extent, but to some extent, it's dangerous. You need sometimes to create a line between your work and your private life. You need to create a separation. It's good for you to share. It's good for you, for your own health, but you need to understand where to draw the line. Much as everything seems to be connected to everything, sometimes it works to your disadvantage. You need to put that separation. As you get into a relationship, what relationship am I into with my husband? This is my husband. At the end of the day, this is my spouse. This is my boyfriend or my girlfriend. So you need to understand that men are jealous. Women don't understand the extent of the jealousy of men. Men are possessive to their women. They don't understand it. So sometimes men get very jealous about your relationship to your children. You may not understand it, but that is just the reality. Any other emotion you give to other person apart from your boyfriend or your husband, you need to be careful that you need to balance it. You need to keep this man always at check. Remember, at the end of the day, in case you have a boy and you have a husband, you have two boys in the house. So balance that love, balance that emotion, balance it. Don't make, men are jealous by nature. Understand it. That is the reality. Men possess women. So you need to understand how to keep a man balanced. Always understand that as long as you have other responsibilities, children and everything, never forget there is a role you need to play. Always be up for him. Yeah? This is diagnosing the problem. But then, how are you raised up? Let me go back to you as a woman. Were you always, brought down? You're a girl. You can't do that. You're a woman. There is a certain thing that might have been put in your mind for so long. You need to understand that there reaches a level where you need to move on your own. You're now a grown-up lady. You're now a woman. You need to understand, that is how you end up being taken advantage of. Remember, you always attract toxicity if you're raised in toxicity. If you're raised in a place where probably you're abused so much, you're looked at by the men and the people around you are always bringing you down. Whenever you get into that place of a relationship, you will find yourself moving from one relationship to another relationship because you're being attracted. And if you look at the nature of these people you are attracted to, they have a certain character. It should tell you that you need to diagnose something. You need to sit down and understand you. What is it that you want as a woman? I'm not talking about negative feminism. I'm talking about understanding you and what you need in life. What is exactly do you need? You need to take stock. Let me ask you a question. What do you like as a woman? You need to understand that many times you are stopped from doing the things that you like. What do you like? You as a woman, what do you like? Sometimes you get manipulated by men not to do the things that you like. Did you know that? It comes from history. You're a woman. Don't go out. Don't do this. Don't do that. So you're blocked from life, literally. What are the things that you do not like? Many times as a woman, you are forced to tolerate things that you do not like because you're a woman. That in itself is an injustice. You don't need to be forced to go through things that you do not like just because you're a woman. No. You need to understand. Take stock right now. What are the things that you like? What is the music that you like to listen to? What are the places that you like to go to? Take stock of those things. How do you explain yourself to people? Those are things you need to be careful about. When you're talking about yourself, are you talking as you or you're talking as you from the perspective of your mother? Do you feel guilty to explain the confident you as a woman? Sometimes you explain yourself and your mom laughs it out, or your elder sister laughs it out, and that makes you feel guilty. You're already manipulated to bring out the weaker you, what you don't like to be like. Speak out. You need to talk about what you like, who you intend to be. You may have had some scars, some failures here and there, but that does not explain who you are. Remember, I talked about images and the real you. Yeah, there are scars in life. That is a reality. Sometimes we get into situations, we fail. You may end up getting into a wrong relationship. That doesn't explain your life for real. You as you move on, as you get into other relationships, you don't need to, bring this car to mess your tomorrow. And in case of medals, yeah, in case of any medal, that doesn't need to topple you off balance. I'm talking about you as a woman, rising up. You rise in the society or you rise in business, and for some reason you become wealthier than your spouse. These are issues. These are real issues. when you diagnose your relationship, look at your man. Does he or she want more assurance from me? Believe you me, any man, whenever their woman gets a bit more financially endowed, they would want to imagine that probably now this person will walk away from them. So if you want to keep your relationship, whenever you grow in business, keep diagnosing your man, diagnose your relationship. Let it not be that your success will make you completely, lose your family. That is if you want to keep your relationship with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend. These are things that are real. Men have a psychology. Men fear bossy women. I want to explain that to you. You don't need to be bossy to your spouse. Those are things that are real. They may affect you. So you need to diagnose how you talk when you're at work. Maybe you're a boss, you're a CEO. How you talk to your colleagues, and then when you come to your home, how do you converse with your spouse? These are real things. Some very many men don't understand the language of respect. Don't understand the language of love. They understand the language of respect. If only you could make them understand that you respect them. But this can only come out of from you respecting yourself. Talking to yourself and understanding that when you talk like a lady who deserves respect from your husband, who doesn't deserve anger, who doesn't deserve somebody hitting back at them. This is how relationships can be formed. I'm talking about diagnosing relationships, right from history, coming through where you are today. We are losing our boys and we are losing our girls, because people do not understand their natures and exactly who they are. If you're a boy out there and growing and keep growing, and you're a man out there, you should be around. Be around for your boys as they grow. It is key for the man, because the women are looking for men. They are looking for men who are ready, men who can, fashion relationships and fashion families. But when they meet men who've not been formed, then there's a problem. And on the other side, when the men meet the women who have not been formed, there becomes a problem. We make a very big mistake when we imagine that we can just grow, that our children can just grow. No, we raise each other up. We train each other. We train. We don't just grow like trees and see each other being big in terms of, the body size. You need to grow in mind. You need to grow, learn how to conduct relationships. That is something that is affecting so much of us today. That is why whenever you meet somebody, you need to know, first of all, as you get into a relationship with them, love, yes, you love them. Don't leave them, you love them. But you need to start understanding their history, diagnose it. Always understand, sit down. That is the importance of courtships. That is the importance of sitting down and communicating and understanding that as we are moving into this relationship, this is what we are dealing with. For lack of a better word, there is nothing. I want to use the Christian analogy. There is no problem that is too big for God to solve. Every one of us deserves a marriage, deserves a relationship, deserves a family. All of us. So it doesn't matter the histories we've had. What we need to know is how to grow emotionally and deal with each other. If I love you and I know that your history may look like, quote unquote, a history of a curse, you've come from so much trouble, you've come from so much abuse. If I look at that, if I love you, I will diagnose it and work at dealing with you from that angle until we live with each other. There is no problem that is too big. Relationships work. Relationships work, especially if you diagnose where you are and where your spouse is coming from. They do work. Today, let me say this, that when you find a good partner, you find life. It is important for you to understand that the joy of your life is directly related to the kind of spouse that you have. And this will touch on even favor with other people. That is why you should spend a lot of time in diagnosing the kind of relationship you're in, because that will define your success, your joy in life. You will grow in other ways, but if you do not have the right partner with you, you will always attract negativity. There'll always be fear with you. And now let me say this, that as we move forward in 2024, because we are still beginning this year, I'm talking like a therapist today. I want you to go out and think of the things that you love, you as an individual. What is the kind of woman that you love? You know, I'm talking to a man that is listening to me. What is the kind of lady that you want? Do not fear. You are not so cheap. When you meet a lady, place your demands, place your need. Always go into a relationship knowing exactly what you want out of it. That will help you a lot right ahead as you move forward in that relationship. And ladies, go out there, look for what you love, what you need. What is the kind of man that you need? What are the things that you enjoy doing? This will inform your relationship. Just in case you're in a relationship right now and it is experiencing trouble, don't give up. Start diagnosing it. You treat what you diagnose. Once you have diagnosed it and you've known that there is a problem, there is medication. You know, there is medication. Relationships can be healed. That is the end of our show today. I've spoken like a therapist. My God, I always speak like a preacher. I was told. Today I've done my best to speak like a therapist. Go out and do your homework. Please, I want you to do your homework. Learn what you love to do. And I want that wherever you introduce yourself to anybody, right from now, listen to yourself. Are you talking like someone who wants to be respected? That is a homework for you. That will inform the kind of girlfriend or boyfriend that you win. Trust you me. See you next week on the Treasures of Life show. Bye.